Hello there.
Hello there. Hello there.
Welcome, everyone. This is our rundown of Obi-Wan Kenobi episodes 1 and 2. My name's Sloan Kelly.
My name's Obi-Wan. Jody Kelly.
And my name is James Baker.
Joby-Wan.
Joby. Now, come on. We're not at school now.
Isn't that he's one of the writers? Is he not? Joby, someone.
Yeah, I think
Joby.
he was. Yeah.
Is that? Yeah, he's one of the writers. Joby.
That means
He's a
something
British
else in
guy.
Scotland.
I know, but his name's actually Joby.
Yeah, I know.
Fun fact, and not a good fun fact, but I'll say it just now. I used to work at IBM in Greenock, and we had Operational Building 1 and Operational Building 2, and Operational Building 1 was always called Obi-Wan.
Huh?
Oh,
Because
that's a fun
one
fact.
is...
Because of
Here's another fun fact. Did you
hello
see...
there.
Hey,
Hello
Jay.
there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Did you see the wee kid?
Hello there.
Did you see the wee kid that
Number.
met Anakin Skywalker, Hayden Christensen? They won a competition or something, and he was a wee Scottish guy. And he said, "Do you know that Obi-Wan Kenobi has 2 Scottish words in it?" And everyone went, "It's got Wan,
Wan and Ken.
Ken."
Oh. Ken
And I was
and
like,
Wan.
"There's actually 3 words in there." But anyway, let's not go there.
That's true. Let's not
Aye.
go there.
Uh-huh.
Careful now.
So we're talking earlier on. We missed Sunday there because Sloan had
Prior engagement.
an engagement. And so we missed the kind of celebration chat. So we're going to kind of quickly do a wee quick, very, very quick rundown before we do our Obi-Wan round table of episodes 1 and 2. Sloan, you didn't really manage to see much of the celebration.
I watched some of it.
Watched bits
Yeah.
and bobs. I tried to see as much as I could. Obviously, the main deals were, "Hello, James.
Hi, James.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Sorry.
Hello there." I don't know. You're really a really old Obi-Wan, James.
A really, 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 really old one.
Hello
He didn't get to be really old though, did he? He only got to get
there. Zombie.
Zombie
Zombie
Yeah.
Obi-Wan
I know. He's an old
Obi-Wan
Force
from
ghost.
the multiverse Obi-Wan. Yeah. So
during the war.
are we going to watch?
During the Clone War.
Are we going to watch Andor talk over it? Or...
Yeah, I thought that's what we were gonna do. Yeah. Do you know that guy got to do that? Big hammer.
Yeah. See, folk were saying that's made a Beskar, that bell.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that.
I don't know if that's just a Star Wars
Just
thing.
a thing.
Rumor.
Yeah.
Just a rumor.
Everything's made of
rumor.
Beskar, including the table that they used in
Yeah.
the Star Wars celebration.
Yeah.
The sweet
Some of
robot.
this was Some of this was filmed in Scotland.
Was
Yep, it was.
Mhm.
Someone I used to work with, Craig Tara, in it. She was an extra in it. She'd written something up, and I was
Aye.
like, "No way!" And she explained who she was.
You can see the kind of scenes. There's a kind of scene over a valley. It looks very kind of Scottish.
There's the man himself, Diego.
Yeah.
Listen, guys, just a quick take. What do you guys think of this?
I think
It looked amazing.
I think it looks utterly amazing.
Do you think?
Do you not like it?
I
No?
think no. I don't know why. It's just
Do you
me
not?
being awkward. Just I'm like meh.
I do.
100% gonna watch it.
I'll tell you what, I think it looks different though to
Totally. Aye.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Some of the things.
It feels very Rogue One. Though.
Yeah. See the security guys, you kind of skip by there.
The
There's like
ISB
security
guys.
kind of
Yeah, I was
dudes.
trying to pause them on it. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because the IS her. So ISB is where Krennic came from.
No, not her. I'm talking about. There's people that appear at a door and they're like kind of.
The militia guys.
They're in kind of imperial stuff, but not quite.
I don't think.
And I was like,
I think it's the same fashion. It's the same thing as like police forces all over the world. Look like police forces all over the world.
That took me out of it a wee bit.
Yeah.
What are those troopers called again? They are Death Troopers.
Death
are they?
Troopers, aye.
Death Troopers.
They're
They're that's a cool design.
That's because their comms are scrambled.
guys.
That's why.
Yeah. I like my comms poached.
That's right. There's Mon Mothma.
She looks
That's
fantastic,
right,
doesn't she?
Yeah, she's
That's
in
Northern
got to be
Ireland.
Scotland, surely. That's got to be Scotland.
She's Northern
That's-
Irish, isn't she? That's the one.
She
That was
is.
the one they used in Rogue One.
She is. It's the very
It is,
same.
yeah.
And she was in
a cutscene.
a cut scene from episode 3 as well.
Yeah.
I
met the original
and
Mon Mothma.
This is actually Forestry Commission workers in Glencoe.
In the Galloway Forest.
That's right, in the Galloway Forest. Yeah.
Is it actually? Yeah.
No.
Oh, sorry. No, arsehole.
You need to start
Idiot.
drinking beer again.
I know. Beer with alcohol in it.
I like
Sorry,
this.
Colgan.
I like that. They're meant to be like landing pads or something, those lily pad things. And that looks
thought
like a clone
Kaminoa.
kind of place.
Yeah.
But I don't think it is. I
mean,
think
it
this
could
is going to be really interesting. Have you heard the premise for this, James? How
No,
it goes from Cassian Andor,
those
the
were clone
Empire.
troopers there as well.
Aye, the Empire come in, and all of these kind of people have to migrate to another country. It's like it's like modern world almost, but it's the
Right,
Empire.
okay.
Like
The Empire
refugees type thing.
making refugees, and he became a refugee and stuff. And
Right, okay.
I think the
No,
premise of it sounds fantastic.
I think it'll definitely make Rogue One, like, even though it's a great film, it'll make it feel much more interesting,
Yeah,
as they all do. Right?
it does look more different, though. Definitely.
We can't show any clips from Mando season 3 trailer or Ahsoka either because they haven't released them. And
They showed
anytime you put one up, they tell you to take it down.
They showed Mando season 3 exclusively to Celebration people. EP1 needed an extension to the Inquisitor landing scene where a parky comes out from a building and chases after and shouting, "Here, you can't park." You should have kept that for when we were going to the deep cut.
Deep one, yeah.
For
Right, just quickly, Heidi wants to say hello. She's just off the bed.
Hi, he
Hi,
sent me
Heidi.
a YouTube account, so I can't say hi, but yeah. Anyway, I just want to let you know I'm tuned in.
Okay,
But,
go.
hello there.
Hello there.
Goodbye there. Good night there. Right, go on.
Good night
go to bed.
there.
Close the door.
What was I saying there?
What was Andrew saying? I missed that.
Yeah. We'll keep that for
sorry.
keep that for when we get there.
Yeah, when we get into
episode
episode
1
one.
and 2. Yeah. So we never get Mando 3, but they did get it as the audience got that, and apparently it looked incredible.
Yeah.
It sounded like they've thrown a lot of money at it and stuff, and it looks really, really good. And
All right, okay. So I didn't know they got it, and I didn't know we didn't get it.
Yeah. And the Mando panel was fantastic. Like I said to you guys earlier, Tamura Morrison was just on. It was on it, man. It was just so funny and so entertaining. It was just brilliant.
Did you see Pedro Pascal tripping down the stairs?
No.
Yeah, and like I said, he was
busy waving at people and pointing and doing that. Hey, look at you guys!
But they were like the rock stars of the whole thing, don't you think? Apart from Hayden and Hayden and Ewan obviously were the rock stars
They were
as
the boys.
well. You know,
They were the boys.
definitely.
I was saying to Jody before you joined the stream that I tried to watch the Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor one, but every time Hayden said Ewan or Ewan said Hayden, everybody just went nuts and you couldn't hear what they were talking about.
Like
It was unwatchable. Yeah, it was the Beatles. It was basically going to see the Beatles. It was like, why am I watching this?
There's a few times that happened, you know, but obviously, you know, as we're going to talk about, they're the guys of the moment right now, and Mandalorian obviously, you know, got a shot in the arm for Star Wars and made it
cool again.
Great again, you know, really. So John Favreau and Dave Filoni are really getting it as well. They're getting the love quite rightly. And even though Boba Fett, you know, people could say it was a lukewarm kind of thing. But see if you change the title of Boba Fett and just called it a Star Wars story or something, you wouldn't get that hate. And see the dark side of the Star Wars fans. That's the worst thing about Star Wars at times, you know. And I know the girl that plays Reva is getting it just now for whatever reason. Don't know.
We'll get into that in a minute.
Don't know, but we'll talk about it later. But yeah, apparently she's the latest one in the chopping block. You know, don't know why.
What? All right. Well, let's get into that anyway. Do you?
Me too,
Definitely,
Jay.
Jay.
Definitely,
Do you want to say
100%.
more about Celebration, or was there anything? What was the highlight for you for Celebration?
I think Tamura was the highlight for me. It's hilarious, and seeing Ewan and Hayden again together.
Yeah,
And,
seen them together.
and the love that they were getting.
He has also played the most characters in all of Star Wars.
Who?
Hayden.
No, Tamura Morrison.
Oh right, aye. Unprecedented, I suppose.
Yeah.
Aye.
I mean,
no one's got a chance of beating.
no one.
No one.
Ewan McGregor's employing family members to try and.
That's right.
I'll tell you what, there was two awkward moments I thought from some Celebration. The first one was the original actress that played Ahsoka.
Ashley Eckstein.
For the voice.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna talk about that.
Did you think that was awkward as well? How she was kind of saying, "Give me a part in Mandalorian," even you didn't cast me as Ahsoka, and
and also there was a part where they were like, "So have you ever met Rosario Dawson, or what's
No.
Rosario like?" And then she was like, "Haven't met her. I'd love to meet her someday." I'm like, I thought you guys would have been like somehow in the same vicinity or in the same with the same people. But she was like, "No, hope to meet her someday."
Yeah,
people,
as if she was
Kathleen
almost like
Kennedy. If you listen,
that was the same as Elizabeth Olsen. She was asked what it was like working with John Krasinski, and she goes, "Never met the guy."
Not the same, Sloan.
It is the same.
No,
I quite like her actually. Ashley Eckstein, because she's all been there from the start.
Yeah, she did a few things. She interviewed the Mando cast as well, and the
she's got her own clothing line, her universe.
Yeah,
clothing line kind of sci-fi stuff.
That's right.
For girls.
Showed that. Mm-hmm.
She's also done a few bits and pieces for Disney for their Galaxy's Edge thing as well.
Yeah, I kind of felt sorry for her a little bit,
A little bit.
Yeah,
and then I get why they cast Rosario Dawson.
And then the other awkward bit was Anthony Daniels, the host. There was a host, the guy with dark hair and the kind of beard.
I've seen him, kind of a young fella.
Aye, and he was being really rude to Anthony Daniels and saying, "I could do your job. Be dead easy to do your job. Just stand about in a robot suit, and right." So then they'd obviously rehearsed it, and it was obviously meant to be a thing. But initially, and not until the end, when you realised, that's been rehearsed and all that, I thought to myself, God, they've been really rude to each other. It's almost like a kind of one of these, a roast, type thing.
Aye.
Pretty awkward, but meant to be funny, but not. So that was. Did
you see the wee chat? The chat that it wasn't the main interview with Hayden and Ewan, but it was like a wee kind of skit afterwards where they sat across a table from each other, and they had a glass of water, and someone asked them a question.
That was.
Was that prior to it?
Yeah,
Radio 1 or something.
That was I think so. Yeah, that was good though. I liked that.
There was also two Lucasfilm things as well. There was Indiana Jones 5, one of the first images shown of Harrison Ford, who walked on to Indy's theme, or the Raiders theme, I guess.
Well, that was probably one of the best bits, actually.
Brilliant. And he shook a 90-year-old man's hand, which was exciting.
Did you see how emotional Harrison Ford was at that point?
This is the end of the journey for him, isn't it?
Quivery lip and everything. Yeah, it was a beautiful moment. Yeah. And hearing the talking about the John Williams thing, James.
Yep, I
guess we lost you there.
I honestly think that he prefers Indiana Jones to Han Solo.
Who?
Harrison Ford. I think that's his. Out of those two characters, I think that's his favorite one is Indiana Jones because it's his show. Yeah. He's Indiana Jones.
Tell you that has to be one of the highlights. Definitely seeing them, embrace and stuff like
that.
Yeah. One of the low points, I think. Oh God, I've lost it now. Lost it.
You've lost the low point.
I've lost my low point.
That happens with age, Jody. It's
It's
hearing,
amazing how
you lose the
quickly that
highs
can-
and the lows.
How
Yeah.
quickly that just goes.
I know.
Yeah.
It'll come to me in my sleep, though.
Well, you'll go bolt upright like that.
Yeah.
Megadeth!
Aye. Something like that.
So we talk about Obi-Wan. There's a new show out.
Is there?
There is indeed.
Yes. There's very much a new show out. Thoughts, gentlemen, before we kick into the main thrust of it.
Cut to the chase.
Feelings. How did you feel about 1 and 2? Did you think episode 1 could have stood alone by itself rather than having the 2 episodes smooshed together? Or
have
I
a
was
long
glad of
one long episode.
No. I mean, like, we talked about this as well. Like, in WandaVision, they released the first and second episodes together because if you watch the first episode, folk would have been like, "What?"
What?
But if you release the 2 together, then it made more sense because then you get more of the story. Did you feel like episode 1 was a standalone thing compared to like WandaVision episode 1, for example?
Good question.
I have them occasionally.
Yeah, I think it was a better idea releasing both episodes, but I don't think they did it for that. I think they did it because of Celebration. So they could show because they showed the first 2 episodes to the guys that were at Celebration before everybody else got to see it. So I think that was the reason they did it, really. But James, what do you
Sorry,
think
guys.
of that?
Sorry, I missed that because Faith is in Italy just now, so she was calling me there. So I had to just answer it real quick to send in the podcast. So I think she's going to jump on and say hello.
Cool.
Just say the last wee bit, Jody. What were you saying there?
Are you having a laugh? I can't remember. No, we're just talking about the 2 episodes, whether it mattered. But I was just saying that I don't think they did it for that reason, that it made sense having the 2 together. They did it because Celebration, they showed the people at Celebration those 2, before everybody else got to see it. So that was the reason why they did it as a treat.
I'm glad they did. I'm glad there were 2 episodes to watch. And I didn't think about it too deeply. Like, could that stand alone or couldn't it stand alone? I was just glad they had the first episode. I was very, very excited to see it, and I'm ultimately very pleased, really pleased with the way it was.
Absolutely. I turned to Danny because me and Danny are watching it, and I turned to Danny and went, "I think I loved that." I did. I was like that.
James's point is you can watch the series in a 1-month subscription now.
Oh, of course, I. Of course, I.
Yeah.
And then ditch it.
I mean, technically, you could anyway. You just wait until the whole series runs out and then watch it. Like you could do that with Andor as well. So when Andor gets released, I think it's 12 episodes. Just wait until December when it finishes, and then watch the whole thing.
So you could just subscribe 1 month, say for like Obi-Wan Kenobi, then like maybe another month for the Bad Batch, and then maybe like another month and before you know it, you've subscribed to 12 months.
Yeah, exactly. But see, just talking about Andor, because obviously there must be an editing stage just now. So they've edited out 1 season of 3, so it's now 2 seasons, and now they're editing it more. It's like getting refined. It'll be a bloody movie at this rate.
Well, they're down from 5 seasons to 3.
No, 3 to 2, was it not?
No, it's 5 to 3. There was going to be 5, and they cut it down to 3.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Of Andor, really?
Yeah.
Aye. It's a big one.
Yeah.
Loved it. Me too.
What was the other one that was coming out? Oh yeah, Loki's coming out as well with another season.
Yeah, that's been
confirmed. I really enjoyed. I've got a ton of notes here about things that I really enjoyed in it. I didn't.
Can we start at episode 1 then? Or, not episode 1, but part 1 or whatever it's called. The opening scene of the Clone Wars, the clone troopers coming in to the Jedi Temple and wiping out Jedi. What?
Run it back just a little bit further there. It did a fantastic recap of all the important plot
points
which will be addressed in this series.
It did.
Nice recap.
Okay, here's all the stuff that's going to happen. This is the only stuff that's relevant. You don't need to watch the whole movies. You just need to watch this bit here.
which they have pretty much revealed that Liam Neeson's going to be in it.
Oh yeah,
The fact that they said,
pretty much. Yeah.
you know, about him becoming back as a Force ghost and
Yeah.
stuff.
Can't wait
Yeah.
to the super special edition of Return of the Jedi.
Aye, what?
Yeah,
With
we
all the
got
Force
Jins.
ghosts.
It'll be pretty busy, actually. I was thinking that as well. All the dead Jedi. Bloody hell.
This is an amphitheater behind him, like the Sith.
There's only certain ones though that could get that power. Though I'm so excited for the rest of the episodes. I've always loved you and Hayden in the prequels. One of my first memories is James taking me to see Revenge of the Sith. And
When you were just
being
a little
possessed.
girl.
Oh, Jay, you must have been very young seeing that.
She was probably too young. Ah!
It's not like you, James.
All the stuff in Mustafar.
I know. Terrified her. Aye.
Mhm.
You mentioned the high ground, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like the high ground thing, but
Didn't like the high ground thing. It was a major
No.
plot point, Jody.
No,
major
no, I know.
plot point.
I have the high ground.
Exactly. He made a big thing about it
yeah.
Is that a thing?
and then cut his legs off. Probably.
I'm sure in Star Wars, though, somebody's had the high ground and still lost.
Count
think
Dooku.
what it- Can't think what it is.
Count Dooku
Count-
had the high ground.
I thought you said Count Doo-Doo.
So did I?
I did.
He did, didn't he?
He did.
Oh, you did?
Count
You did.
Doo-Doo.
Such a juvenile.
I know.
Yeah. So yeah, we got the
Thanks,
kind of
everyone.
the rundown of the 3 episodes,
Cinnamon.
episode 1, 2, and 3. Then we got the
Then.
clone troopers coming in
Then.
after Order 66
Yes.
coming in, and and they're talking about one of the Jedi kids is probably Reva.
Yeah.
People are saying that,
So
speculating,
maybe.
probably. So yeah. So then memory serves me right. We go to Obi-Wan cutting up a large tuna fish in the desert.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A crashed alien organism thingy that's landed on
Aye.
Tatooine.
pretty big sushi, James. If you
Oh, I absolutely.
know what I mean,
Yeah.
you're making chunks of that. In your
And that
sushi.
was a nice setup scene as well. So the bit
Yeah.
where the bit at the end with the gonk droid and they're like they're checking.
Yes.
The guy's like, what's this?
It's funny.
And the guy's like, shut it.
you hear the gonk droid. You're like, where is it? And it's like
I know, that's what I was
Yeah, it's
thinking.
just on
Lockout
this kind of like
mechanism.
table thing. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh,
basically
brilliant.
the checkout thing that is being powered by the gonk droid.
Aye, brilliant.
Fantastic. Love it.
Mhm.
And then Obi-Wan's like, oh well, I guess we're not getting paid as much as we were, but I'm not
Yeah.
doing anything because it's the whole setup for I'm not causing any waves. I'm
Yeah.
just going through my life. I'm not like that's
Yeah.
that's the whole sort of
Do
opening
you, know,
to this.
do you know what I like
this
about
show
it
is-
actually?
I'm blending in.
And it's a line that he says in it. He says, "I'm not the man I used to, or I'm not the man I used to be, or something like that. I'm not who you think, or something like that."
Yeah.
Right?
I'm just somebody
thought-
that you used to know.
Aye.
Yeah.
And I thought that's really good. He's like a beaten. He's totally beaten. He's not got the power there. He's not willing to use the power in case he exposes himself.
Oh,
and stuff
also,
like
it's
that.
not like 5 minutes after Return of the Jedi, after the fall of the Republic.
Aye.
It's 10 years
10
after
10
the
years.
Clone
Yeah.
Wars.
Mhm.
So things have
17 in
changed.
reality, isn't it? New life,
Oh yeah.
I think.
But I think Obi-Wan is 50 in this,
Mhm.
which is the same age as Ewan McGregor is. So he's
51.
aged-
isn't he?
No, he's 50.
Oh, whatever.
Anyhow. So yeah.
Then
Then
I think we get in the Inquisitors appear, who are a bit. Reva seems to be very petulant and kind of not really doing what she's told.
yeah, she's the young
What
one
she-
that got stuff to prove.
She's also
you
called
know.
the third sister.
Yeah.
The third sister, yeah.
But they don't refer to that as much as the others one because the other one he's the fifth uncle or something, third uncle.
Twice
Oh,
removed.
wait a minute, no, third uncle's a Bauhaus song. Reva's, yeah, she's mentioned the third sister, but they tend to call her Reva though, rather than third sister.
Aye.
Picked up on that. I thought she was fantastic in the role.
I liked her.
We'll talk about episode 2 in a minute, but
no problem at all.
I thought she was really good, and she was like the whole Warriors come out to play.
Oh, I loved that.
That whole bit was freaking that bit was amazing. I really like her portrayal in this, where she's playing this kind of like, you guys are too slow. I'm going to speed this up, and that's kind of her whole thing. Is like, we've got this job to do. Let's get it done. But also, the quicker we get to do it, the quicker we get to lay on a beach in Scariff.
It also seems as if she knows more about Obi-Wan than the other two.
I think she studied them.
She's got something going on there.
She did peruse the Jedi files from the temple though, which she mentions a couple of times.
She did.
So it's not like this is out of the blue.
If she is that kid, it looks like she pretty much is that kid, because they did mention later on, I can't remember what episodes, like a lot of these Inquisitors are ex-Jedi.
Yeah.
Turned, and I feel strongly she is like Vader's pawn.
Yeah, possibly. I
feel she's under the wing. And listen, if you go out there and find him, I will teach you this, and you'll be very, very powerful. That's what she's doing that for.
Well, she sometimes somehow knows that Vader is Anakin Skywalker, and that is not apparently a well-known thing.
I would agree with you, Tim. So, yep.
Because I think it's like a nest of vipers. That's what it is. It's like they're all vying to be the head one. Did you notice who was playing the fifth brother, the guy with the hat?
No. It's Fast and Furious dude.
Sung Kang. Yep. Who plays the character Han Solo in Fast and Furious?
Right. Okay.
There you
go.
And Rupert Friend is the main dude.
Yeah, the main Inquisitor guy.
Inquisitor.
Does he get Sony headphones on the side of his head? Is that what it is?
Yeah, there's new ones.
Bluetooth headphones.
Yep. He's listening to The Cure, Faith, probably.
Disintegration, I would have thought.
Or Disintegration, one of the two. And then we see Alderaan. You're like, what?
I know.
That was a shocker.
That
was a surprise.
Yeah.
And little Princess Leia, who's a little feisty, as feisty as she always.
Yeah, I really liked her.
Great. She's really good. That little girl that plays.
I've only got one. I've got one thing to say. So one criticism. She's not.
I bet it's just it. Oh, right. Okay.
She's younger, isn't she?
You think?
Yeah, I think she seems younger. Doesn't seem.
I've got another criticism.
What is
this
it?
is my main criticisms about the 2 episodes, are the when the adults are chasing the children.
Oh man, that's horrendous.
It's a bit rubbish.
Aye, the old smack her in the face with a branch and all that. Yeah.
She's 9, by the way.
9 now.
Yeah,
but she probably was 8 when they filmed that, because that was probably filmed that during lockdown. Anyway,
possibly, yeah.
She's a bit young, I think, but anyway, that's all. Her lines are great, isn't it?
I thought all her part was great. Like, I think there's you could have gone one way with the character, which is my daddy's the senator type character, or you could have gone with the headstrong, knows what she wants. And she doesn't take any nonsense. Like, she has a conversation with her cousin, and basically sort of says, you know, you head up your ass and you don't know what's really going on, and the only reason that you're doing it is because you're so and so.
And be respectful to everything, even droids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because she's disrespectful. Because he's disrespectful to the droid.
Yeah.
And I really liked that. I really appreciated that they didn't do my daddy's a senator type character, because that is not Leia. The character that we see in this is very much Leia to me. That kind of like, she's not really. She doesn't like the position she's in, but she tries to like work with the system to get around it.
Did you notice as well the costume that they'd chosen for
Very
her
similar to
as
Bespin.
Bespin,
Yeah.
and the other costume was very similar to Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Um,
The poncho she wears.
yeah.
Yeah.
The colours and the hairstyle as well,
Yeah.
similar.
Actually,
And did you notice?
to
I was
Endor.
going to say, did you notice who the leader of the rubbish gang was?
Yes, Flea.
Flea.
Yeah,
Needles.
yeah.
It's Needles.
Is that Flea?
It's Needles.
Some people said it took them out of it a little bit, like the kind of bill, but I didn't get that at all. I bought it completely.
I like seeing a wee cameo for sure.
Aye, and even though they were rubbish at chasing around the woods, but they could have done it. But I think it was the editing. I'll be honest with you, it wasn't choppy enough.
Mm.
It was
Took too long. Yeah, possibly actually.
Me and you, James, chasing each other around the woods with a camera.
I know.
Steady.
Rubbish. But yeah. Anyway, they caught her. They did catch her. Spoilers. And and they took her up in the ship, which looked cool. I
thought
actually
it felt very Bad Batchy, Clone Warsy type ship.
Did you not get the feeling as well? She had a kind of way about her as if, oh God, here we go again, kidnapped again, type thing. I get that impression a little bit. I don't know if that was kind of meant, but
they definitely can't show a 10-year-old kid being in too much peril. That's just gonna rank up the kind of certification.
I know, but she wasn't that bothered because she's like, there'll be an army here. Don't worry, I'm not worried. You guys are in for it type thing.
You guys should be worried.
She probably wasn't that worried for that factor. So then after that, where do we go? Back to Obi-Wan, I think, and he meets up with Uncle Owen.
Great, all that interaction's absolutely
fantastic
gold.
Scene. Mm-hmm. Great scene between the two of them, cutting them, where it hurt. Needs to be trained. What like you did with Anakin, very good.
That was good.
Like you did with his father, brilliant. Oh, and the interaction with the Jawa as well. That was funny. That was good.
Oh, aye.
And the
what did he call her? Tika, was it, or something? I can't remember.
Aye. And he's like, if you're going to steal stuff off me, can you clean it first before you sell it back to me?
I know. Yeah.
Then the Jawa pauses and says, "Cleaning's extra."
Aye, that was brilliant.
I love the pause. It was just the cleaning's extra.
Absolutely brilliant. So then we get Bail Organa playing to Obi-Wan to kind of come out of his cave and find his daughter, or no, his daughter, Leia.
Yeah.
And then he goes down to Tatooine to plead with him, which I suppose is a kind of Luke Skywalker, Yoda in exile type thing. Turn themselves away from the Force, but if anyone had about a massive reason to turn themselves away from the Force, it was Obi-Wan and Yoda. Don't get me started on Luke Skywalker turning himself away from the Force. He had no reason to. Anyway,
don't get me started.
Don't get me started.
To quote Idris Elba in Zootopia, Jody, let it go.
He had a massive reason to do that, so it was a big deal for him to agree to get the robes on and find his. He must have used the Force to find his lightsaber in the desert, though.
Aye, a mild. Oh yeah,
it wasn't just his lightsaber, though, was it?
It wasn't. You're right. Anakin's was right there beside him. Yep. Mm-hmm. And we missed out the other Jedi that's Tatooine.
The
kind of opening shot. The Inquisitors, and they finally
that
capture
whole
him.
section, that whole bit with the Chief Inquisitor guy going up to the barkeep and saying, and maybe the Jedi comes in here and he sees some injustice that's happening. It was very Hans Landa.
Yeah,
type
I
thing.
felt actually,
that
I
kind
felt
of
as if
thing.
it could have been done a wee bit more tense, but like you
I
say,
don't know, I
James,
thought it
it's,
was pretty good.
yeah.
I
But anyway,
liked it.
he escapes, but then eventually the town square we see him hanging,
Yeah,
and
'cause
because
it's
it's
a bit.
Disney, he's not hanging. Actually, see when I saw
No, that's right. He wasn't hanging by his neck, was he?
no, but see when I saw that scene in the trailer, and I saw the feet kind of dangling, I thought he was maybe being held by the Force initially, like a Force choke, like up in the air like that. But
Aye, yeah. I was
Yeah,
pretty sure he
Jojo
was
Rabbit
hanging.
style. Yeah, Jojo Rabbit style as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
Aye. But we didn't get that. Damn it.
Yeah.
So then we go back to. Are we nearly the end of the episode there?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, basically, Obi-Wan says, "All right, fine, I'll go find your kid."
Mm-hmm. So he finds
Fine.
he gets his laser sword. Only kidding. His lightsaber, and he books a flight
To Dio.
to. What's it
Dio?
called?
Dio, I think it is.
Aye, I thought it was. I thought he was going to head to Coruscant.
Coruscant.
But it's this kind of cyberpunk type place, Blade Runner sort of place.
Daimyo. Sorry, Daimyo. No, it's not Daimyo. What am I talking about? Daimyo's
that whole place where he's at and that whole adventure he's on definitely felt like that kind of lower level 1313, whatever that program is meant to be.
Definitely.
And then he meets a spice dealer. Oh, I need to wait for Jody to come back. Let's just take a break.
I know.
Does all that, throws the mic down and leaves. Not even so much as an apology.
And I know what you're about to say.
I know. Oh well, we'll wait till he comes back. I thought it was great. I really enjoyed Obi-Wan. I'm hoping it's going to continue being good. My only complaint, I was going to say this at the start, was there's a few times where Ewan McGregor's lost his accent. It's kind of fluttered from Alec Guinness to American to Scottish at one point. And there's an interaction he does with Leia in the second episode where it does all three in the same scene.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I think it's just I think he's just been on Tatooine for too long. Hello, Alex and Jonathan.
Hello.
I think he's just because he's lived on Coruscant for a while. Now he's been living on Tatooine so he's kind of just keeps jumping back between accents.
That's that's a okay enough explanation. To be honest, it's such a minor thing. It's just nice to see this character again in anything, and it's nice to see Ewan McGregor. I mean, if I'd been offered the role of Obi-Wan and somebody said, "Do you want to play it again?" I would have been like, "Yeah."
Aye, absolutely.
As well,
but you do kind of get the impression that some of these big stars, they don't really want to go back and revisit those.
There's a few of them,
those roles, and I was really pleased that he did.
Mm-hmm.
And Star Wars have been keen for a long time now to make sure that the first three films match up. The prequels match up with the original trilogy. Very, very keen. And now it actually properly feels. I mean, it has for a while, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
But this just reinforces all of that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So anyway, before Jody disappeared, I was about to say, so he ends up on this Hong Kong style planet with all the bright neon and all that
Hong Kong, actually.
Yeah. And he meets a young girl who's selling spice.
Hi.
And he says something to her, and she says back to him, "We're all someone's daughter."
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that's Ewan McGregor's daughter.
It is. I know. I only found that out today. I didn't realise that.
It's nice, that, isn't it? Nice.
Esther McGregor.
She's good in it as well.
Yes,
I thought she was good.
Briefly that she's in it. But she's good in it. So that's kind of nice little thing. That's 3 generations of that family in Star Wars. You get Dennis Lawson and Ewan McGregor, and now Esther McGregor. So it's pretty cool.
Episode 1 or part 1, whatever. We did miss out the fact that Obi-Wan is there to look over,
look after Luke.
Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you notice the Jabba bit? The miniature spaceship that he
It's
gives
Oh, aye, great.
Yeah.
as the one from
Sure,
A New
yeah.
Hope.
Yeah.
Playing with.
Everyone
Yeah.
noticed that, I think, that watched it, but
Just
it's a nice wee. I like see when they put wee things like that in. I just love it.
Yeah. Yeah, because Lars is like, no, he's going to be a farmer and he's going to stay away from trouble and he's going to live his life not knowing any of this crap.
Yeah,
And you give him
yeah.
freaking skyhopper things.
But you notice when he said, Owen said to Obi-Wan when he's showing, or was it the other way around? As in when he's showing an element of the Force, I'm assuming. I think that's what he said. I'd need to watch it again, but I've watched it twice, but I'm pretty sure that's what he says. He says, you're going to hang around till he's showing or something like that. And I'm hoping it's talking about Jedi. Stuff.
Just before we go any further, is it the first episode or the second episode? They had the 3PO cameo.
Oh, first.
First
Hi.
episode, yes. Yeah. And
He
it's
must have
Anthony Daniels in the background as well.
Was he there also? Was he in the suit?
I'm not sure if it was he was in the suit or not, but he was definitely doing the voice because you hear him chatting with the guests.
Was R2 there as well? I think if he wasn't, blink and you'll miss it. I didn't know if it was one of the
blink and you'll miss it. Yeah,
blink and you'll miss it.
Yeah, blink and you'll miss it.
I was sure he was.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Somebody pointed out as well the reason why R2 is so clingy with Luke is because he learned his lesson after his previous master told him to wait behind just before he massacred all the separatists.
Right. Okay.
Which I thought was quite nice.
Interesting.
Nod to that. I mean, it's a total retcon, but still.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's a wee bit of kind of so Anakin Obi-Wan finds his way into the sort of spice den thing.
Breaking Bad, Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah, does a wee bit of kind of sleight of hand and all that kind of stuff. But he's got the mask on and all that kind of thing. I thought it was so he ends up meeting up with the Darth Maul's race. I can't remember who it is. And he punches the guy, misses, and cuts his hand open at one point. And it's because he's used to like using a laser sword, not punching things.
Yeah. I quite like that. I quite like the fact they're showing him to be a little bit
rusty.
Superman 2?
Yeah.
Rusty. Aye, definitely. Very rusty.
Superman 2.
When he loses his powers.
I
think it's great the way they're showing that. And you're right, James. It's he's just a normal man at that point, just having a fight type thing.
Yep.
And he's hiding the Force.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if he reveals that to the Inquisitors, that's him. He's a goner.
There was actually a bit in the the meat packing, the meat cutting facility, whatever you want to call it, the harvesting thing. Because every time the horn went off to end the shift, he would cut off a little bit of meat, fold it up, and then put it in his tunic. And I thought at some point the boss man was going to grab him by the arm or something and say, "Hey," and like make a big thing out of it, but that didn't happen.
No,
and I don't know if that was like I don't. Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Well, he's not going back to his job now, is he? After
I don't know. I think there's some unfinished business with that shift worker, the shift manager.
Yeah. Well, he's going to. Well, we'll get to that bit, but
because he's got to come back and look after Luke again.
I know, he does eventually, but
and he needs to get some money. He's getting no pension.
He'll go back with the Force.
I mean, the first time he turns up at the Emperor Palpatine postal service or whatever it is, and he goes, "I'm here to draw a pension." They'll be like, "You're next, son."
C-3PO postal service.
Right. Yeah.
Well, Ewan McGregor actually said it's great to see you here for episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you alluded that, there might be a second season.
Aye, he's
Okay.
open to it, apparently. He's open to it.
Aye. I don't see why not either.
Aye.
Because, there's a lot of years between where they are at just now and A New Hope, that's for sure.
10.
10 years, aye.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Breaking Bad, Star Wars, in there fighting. They trick him, and he ends up. They try to stuff him into a prison, a cell, and he smashes the spice, and they all get high, and he puts Flea in the family jewels.
He gave them a taste of their own medicine, is what he did.
And he runs out, and then there's a kind of New Hope scene, isn't there, really, with Leia? But it's Obi-Wan instead of Luke Skywalker, and it's Leia as a kid instead of her as a I'm here to rescue you type
I thought
thing.
there was a kind of similar setup as well to when Leia talks to Wicket in Return of the Jedi. He kind of leans forward and sort of says, "No, it's okay. I'm here to help," kind of thing. I thought it was kind of similar setup, similar direction.
So then she believes him initially, and then as they're getting through the city and stuff, she starts to kind of doubt him because Reva puts a bounty out, John Wick style, without the Inquisitors knowing. So she's definitely got a personal thing against him, or she's been sent by Vader to, that's her thing. So
or she's ambitious.
The Inquisitors don't know about this, and Leia sees all the pucks with the holograms of his face, Obi-Wan's face on it, and thinks, "Who the hell is this guy?" She doesn't know him. So
I think she'll be pissed off at Obi-Wan, because if she was that kid in the Jedi Temple when Order 66 happened, she'd be like, why were you not there to save us? He was on Utapau, I think it was, facing General Grievous when 66 happened.
Yeah.
And I think that could be something that she'll be living with, and maybe that's manipulated by Vader.
Maybe, yeah.
He's definitely I think he's manipulated now.
Well, she would definitely know who Obi-Wan is as a kid.
And my prediction is my prediction is she'll be redeemed in the end.
I hope not.
Have we talked about Shireen Nanjiani's cousin? Yeah.
Well, of course, that's who he meets first, isn't it?
Yeah.
To try and find the Leia.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's a stupid plot point, though. Do you know? Everybody's trying to round up Jedi and kill them. Yeah. And this guy's pretending to be a Jedi.
Yeah, but he's clearly, like, he gets people sent to him. He's not wandering about as the Jedi, though. So he's getting people sent to him, and he's doing these kind of parlor trick things.
A little bit of lightheartedness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't make sense, though.
Kumail Nanjiani is fantastic in everything that he does.
I like it.
I did like that bit, and as you say, James, it was a wee bit of froth in the show, which otherwise deals with kind of fairly heavy topics like literal kidnapping and drug dealing and things.
I did like him, but to pretend you're a Jedi didn't make that much sense. If you're going to get killed,
but he knows that
there's Jedi hunters out there, so it doesn't really make sense. To me. That was my only other problem, I think, apart from the forest chase. Anyway,
and they had a similar chase in this scene as well.
She
was getting ducking through the clothes.
Yeah.
No, it was kind of when they're in the market. That's where it starts.
Yeah, and she goes under the guy with the big legs.
They do actually. Aye, it's a similar scene.
Yeah.
Oh, we can't get her.
No,
It's got to rhyme like different stanzas.
yeah, that was a bit. Yeah, okay.
Oh,
I didn't
it's
mind the
fine.
parkour stuff.
The parkour stuff is really good.
Mhm.
Right?
Like that Reva can move.
Yeah,
She's a good character. I like her character.
yeah. I think she'll be good. I think she's going to be good. I know you were saying that she's going to get turn good, but
Who
I
said?
hope that doesn't happen. James did. I hope
No,
that
I
doesn't
said I
happen,
think
because-
her story might be she might, because she came from a Jedi, she'll go back to being a Jedi potentially.
Mm,
Or
If that is her
grey
character.
Jedi like Ahsoka.
Yep.
Neither. I mean, Yoda's kind of grey as well. When you think about it, he uses Sith stuff or forbidden things, like the whole Force chokey thing. Actually, Luke as well does the whole Force
Grogu
chokey
does the
thing.
old Force chokey.
Oh, it's the first thing he goes to.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Yeah.
He did it. Yeah.
Yep.
Idiot.
He loves a Force choke.
Can you hop in
Anyway.
one leg?
my boy alone.
No.
But I can Force choke you.
Looks like that's really good. You're hopping in one leg. All right. If you say so.
Show me a Force
Yeah.
choke again.
Yeah. Where did we get to there? We're up to the parkour then, chasing them across the roofs and all that. And
Mhm.
Leia's getting chased by Obi-Wan because she's not believing him because of the old bounty
She's
pucks and stuff. And,
Yeah.
so she jumps and doesn't make it, and she's holding on to a bit of clothesline. And Obi has to use the Force because she falls. And does Reva know at that point who she's chasing, though? Aye.
Oh yeah.
I think she does.
She's,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because
That's the
she's the
whole
one
thing.
that. Yeah, she set
Aye.
up the whole pucks and all
Aye.
that kind of stuff
Aye.
because she knows
Aye.
it's because she set up the whole sting
Aye.
operation to get him there in the first place.
So him using the Force doesn't reveal himself, really.
No, it doesn't reveal him at all.
Um,
And he had to use it because otherwise she'd have fallen to her death. I mean, they were like what 5 stories up or something. So
Yeah.
when she had, he had.
Was he struggling to use it? Was he
Yes.
actually physically
Very
struggling?
I think
To
it
use
was.
Yeah,
Mhm.
he was doing the old.
He's not used it in 10 years,
That's right.
you know. And the last time he used it was, he thought Anakin. In his mind, Anakin's dead.
it? Aye.
Yes.
Did you like the on the rooftop chase scene? Sorry to interrupt you, Jody, just before I forget. Did you like the John Woo style green pigeons?
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. They were in
in a
the
lot of
trailer.
John Woo films. Well, in fact, I think every film that he directed, it's got slow motion white doves.
Yeah. Yeah. Come out of somewhere. Yeah.
I love John Woo films, man. So
Another callback.
very
to Hong Kong.
influential, hugely influential. On Quentin Tarantino and lots of action movies.
And I liked it when Rita was looking for them. She was up like scouting the rooftops and stuff. You seen the battle go on in the background, and the battle looked pretty good from the distance. You could just see like the laser blast coming down.
Yeah,
Well, that was
good,
that was the big crocodile from Donkey Kong Country. That was the bounty hunter,
I thought it was a Gorn.
right? And
it could have been a Gorn.
and
Don't talk
the
to me about
Forloma Forloma Lamalang
yeah.
who wasn't Forlom apparently. It was a
No, it
similar
wasn't,
robot,
yeah.
but it wasn't Forlom.
And it wasn't it wasn't Richard Ayoade either.
No,
No,
it
it wasn't
wasn't.
Richard Ayoade,
No. We've been watching Mando actually. That's just that prisoner episode's just up there. But watching the finale of the first season and stuff as well, just
Taika Waititi.
we're getting through the second season now. Fantastic.
Was he one of those scout troopers, Taika Waititi?
No, it was Jason Sudeikis and one of the guys from Happy Endings. I can't remember the guy's name.
Right.
That did it.
Punching Grogu in the bag.
I know.
So bad.
In that bag.
Aye. Oh yeah. Yeah. So where are we?
Where
so he,
Rooftop's
uses
in it.
he finally uses the Force, and she believes him because he's obviously used it.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's the point of it.
Yeah.
Then they're trying to make their way. Your man Nanjiani.
Yeah, Camille
Jedi.
turns up and says, "Look, I can sort this out.
Mm-hmm.
There's this automated transporter that's leaving. Get yourself on it. It's up there." And that's the sort of the next level in the game is to get up to there. And and he says, "I'll hold them back," which is obviously the words that people use in movies just before they die.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he does
I'll
die.
hold them
Though.
off.
He doesn't die in this one,
No.
though, which is kind of interesting. So she goes up
Aye.
and she does this kind of
Riva
not
does the
quite
old
mind meld thing,
yeah.
but she goes, "I've looked in your mind. There's nothing there,"
Uh-huh.
and kind of leaves him. And more to be pitied than anything else, I think she thinks.
Mhm.
And then she's like, "I've got all the stuff I need anyway, so
Yeah.
I'm going to go up. And I just need to go and find 3 milk bottles, and then I'm going to go up and get Obi-Wan."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For those of you who like obscure references,
Yeah, I don't get it.
it's in The Warriors, which is a brilliant movie. Don't let anyone tell you differently. About this gang that have to make it back to Coney Island in New York. It's set in the 70s, and at the very end, the bad guy turns up and he's got 3 Coke bottles, I think it is, and his fingers, and he's going like this with the Coke bottles and going, "Warriors, come out to play," like that. It's very, very good.
Deep cuts.
Okay.
Deep cuts.
Yeah, well, that Riva thing was a bit similar to that because she's like you Obi-Wan, kind of singing it, which was pretty creepy.
I thought it was great, and see the bit where she was going in and out the barrel things, and you could see the light of her saber, getting stronger and stronger. Like, oh man, that is so creepy.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was good. Then, of course, the reveal. She knows Anakin's alive and that Anakin is Darth Vader.
This is all very similar to
shakes Obi-Wan to hell because he's like, what?
This is all very similar to Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker as well in Return of the Jedi, where he's going like, "Sister, is it?"
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. It is actually,
sister.
Yeah. And his reaction once they get on that ship is terror.
Yeah.
Absolute terror. And Riva, obviously, helpless, at the bottom.
Pointing a wee shiny stick
on the floor, going, "I'll get you next time."
Well,
I know.
Prior to that, though, the Grand Inquisitor comes in and says,
"You pesky Obi-Wan.
This isn't the way that we do things around here. I'll do it." And she goes like, "No, you know," and runs him through.
No,
of course. Aye, well, there's the big one.
And she kills him.
Well, yeah.
He can't be dead because he was in Rebels.
Unless that's not the same Inquisitor in Rebels.
Looks like him.
But then
I think it is meant to be. But
then everybody said, "Oh, it doesn't look like the one in Rebels," so maybe it's no.
It's him. It's because he's got the Sony Walkman headphones in. It's him. Yeah. And then at the very end, he says Anakin, and then it cuts to
a wee shot.
Yes.
Back to tank.
To
tank.
That was
Hayden Christensen is there.
Yeah, I mean, I love a back
with
to tank
the head wound.
Yeah,
with head wound. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What a shot!
Great, wasn't it?
I know.
Great ending, and you're like
the old Sith eyes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Want more?
Oh, aye, absolute magic.
Do you know the best thing is? Do you know the best thing is? I hope that I hope Hayden's not in the next episode.
Why?
I don't know.
Why would you say that?
Just eke it out. Just eke it out.
Teases.
No, I can't take.
You gotta eke it out. No. You gotta have him in like the 4th episode. You can't. You introduce them there, and then you gotta. It's like Chekhov's gun. You gotta put them in it, obviously, but not in the next scene.
I think the third episode is going to be all about the Inquisitors and Vader going,
I think there might be a lot of scenes of them getting force choked, and you guys are idiots, and why can't you find them? You're incompetents. Only Reva's the one that knows how to do things. I think that might be in it.
My wee pal Reva.
Exactly, my pal Reva.
Yeah.
No, she knows where it's at. And as James says, the next episode is indeed Ramora. As Chewbacca once said. Yeah. Wednesdays it's moved to.
Okay.
It's only Friday because of the old celebration thing.
Yeah. So
we didn't mention the Tamara Morrison cameo.
Tamara Morrison cameo, exactly. Yes.
Of course, so much to pack in.
Yeah.
Just a random clone trooper, though. I think.
No.
I totally. Oh yeah.
Nope.
Not
random.
What was it? Okay.
He was part of the 501.
Was he?
Which is Vader's fist.
Vader's fist.
Which is the ones that stormed the old
Jedi Temple.
Oh, really?
Yep. Mm-hmm. It's been confirmed by several people on the internet that it's 501st.
Fair enough.
So, good
cameo.
Fantastic.
And apparently,
the beard and the grey hair and all that kind of stuff.
Who's the other writer? And who's the director? One of the writers
Deborah
is
Chow.
Joby. So I listened to an interview with her, and she said there's like quite a few cameos.
Oh, is there?
Because she was getting quizzed by the guy from Empire Magazine, and then they were talking about the Tamara Morrison cameo, and she was like, if you like cameos, then this is the show to watch.
The thing is, they could do like a Rex and a Cody cameo, and just have the same guy. This is the beauty of having Tamara Morrison being the clones
on tap.
Yeah, exactly. And we've already got him because he signed up for the contract anyhow, so he's going to be playing Boba Fett for the next 5 years. So it's fine. And he loves
Boba
Star
Fett
Wars.
too, have they?
No, not yet.
I don't see why not. So I think it could be good actually. I can see that being a kind of Dukes of Hazzard, type Star Wars stuff.
My complaint about that show was we never ever did the final episode, but
no,
we're not doing it.
For reasons.
We can't do it now. It's
done.
Too long, and it's probably cursed. But it was just too much of a empty your Star Wars toys on the floor, and then let's see what battles we can do with it. It just felt a bit.
Well, I liked it apart from the what do you call him? The Clint Eastwood
Cad Bane, but
Cad Bane, the way he died.
Is he dead?
I thought that was
he's not
good.
Dead.
I don't think he's dead.
No way he's dead.
He's not dead.
He'll be back.
He's fine.
I was 50-50. I was like, would I rather have Cad Bane?
He'll be back.
Boba.
And in greater numbers.
Hello there.
That's
yeah. No.
Yeah.
I mean, great 2 episodes. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Bring it on.
I'm a fan.
Me too.
Well done.
And again, I'm glad they're doing the weekly thing. Netflix, if you're listening, do weekly things.
I know.
Just it's killing you.
It does build it. Definitely.
Like honestly, I mean, Stranger Things season 4.1 is out. 4.0 is coming out.
Right, we've not finished Stranger Things, and Danny's wee pal in the morning.
Happy birthday, Clint!
Happy birthday, Clint!
Oh, there we go.
You bloody legend. In the mornings, his wee pal comes in and they walk to school in the morning, right? And he's like, "Oh, we've watched all the Stranger Things. The ending's brilliant." And I'm like, "Whoa! Wait a minute!
I know.
Wait a minute! And if if it was weekly, every week that wouldn't have happened.
Weekly, please.
Got to do weekly.
Please.
It's honestly,
it's messed our whole house up.
Yeah.
They had to watch every episode before she went to Italy. We've only watched like up to episode 3. Heidi's in episode 4, and the last time we watched it all together.
Aye,
just weekly.
It's good to sit and watch it together, isn't it?
It is.
Absolutely. And then
like
she felt she had to watch it all all episodes before she went away. So the night before she went away, we didn't even like see her, and she's away for a week. Well, we did see her, but it was like about an hour at the end of the night, and she was like, "Right, am I done there? I'm going to go back and watch the last episode," and like that.
Yeah.
Aye, not just because of that, but definitely weekly because we would enjoy it more as a family.
Yeah. James, on the other hand, is he likes the episode dump. I mean, to be honest, the episodes dump, you can watch them anytime you want, but we've got the same problem here as well, because Sam, she's bored during the day when she's not got a shift, so she sits and watches Stranger Things season 4, and then we're like, "So what episode are you on now?" She's like, 5, and I'm like, "Oh my god, we just started season 4." So yeah, it's crazy.
And each episode's like an hour and a half or an hour and 20.
I know.
An episode's like 2 episodes.
Just to talk briefly about, I know we're talking about Obi-Wan, but this is usually what happens. Welcome to Super Kelly Brothers, where we never talk about the thing that we're talking about. Season 4, I really like what they're doing. The whole build up, the different stories and all that kind of stuff. And once again, this goes to prove that if you can write a good story, it doesn't matter how many characters you bring into it that are different from new characters or whatever. It feels as if they've been there forever. Like the dickhead captain of the baseball team is a great character. Eddie's a great character. Just all these new what's his name? Argyle. He's fantastic
long hair.
as well. Yeah, the guy with the long hair. Oh man, that guy, the connection strong guy. He's fantastic. Like all these guys are really good. New characters.
They fit in brilliantly.
Yeah, they fit in with the world. So yeah, just brilliant. Yeah. But yeah, that's Obi-Wan. Episodes 1 and 2. I guess, do you have any final thoughts or?
Looking forward to tomorrow. Bring it on, yeah.
Bring it on.
Sweet.
Loving it.
And we're going to do this every Tuesday, so it'll be the night. It'll be the day before the next episode.
Watch-alongs from now on.
We're going to do watch-alongs.
Yeah.
Watch-alongs. Okay.
That's fine. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Sweet. All right. So if you like this, hit the old like button and share. That would be great. And smash the old subscribe and hit the notification bell. And you get time reminders when we put one up, which of course will be we put up videos on Sundays, which is the podcast, which is a kind of weekly roundup of what's happening in the news. And then we do sort of these kind of special watch along things anytime we see something that we're interested in.
Usually Star Wars or Mando or Marvel.
Or Marvel or Loki or whatever. But until next time, we will catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Goodbye there.
Bye.